All right, so LLMs.
Large language models.
Yeah, LLMs, they're everywhere.
Seriously, everywhere.
And you've been looking into the security of LLMs.
Yes, specifically this thing called prompt injection attacks.
Okay, so we've got this guide from AWS on best practices.
It's really dense.
Yeah, it is. That's why we're doing a deep dive.
Exactly.
So businesses are using LLMs like crazy these days.
It's amazing and kind of scary.
Well, that's why this whole prompt engineering thing is important, right? Like great power, great responsibility, all that.
For sure.
So, first things first.
Okay.
What exactly is a prompt injection attack?
It's basically like
hacking.
Yeah, but with words.
So you're tricking the LLM.
Right, tricking it into doing something it shouldn't.
The AWS guide has some wild examples.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Making the LLM spill its secrets.
Revealing its instruction set, yeah.
Thanks.
Or even worse, getting it to give biased responses.
It's like manipulating its whole purpose. Remember that financial analyst AI we talked about?
Yeah.
Someone could trick it into giving bad financial advice.
That's the kind of thing we're trying to prevent.
Okay, so the guide talks about different types of attacks.
A whole bunch, yeah.
But some are, extra sneaky? Give me a rundown.
Well, there's this one called fake completion.
Fake completion, okay.
Where an attacker tries to, pre-fill the LLM's response.
So it's like leading it down a bad path.
Exactly, a domino effect of bad decisions.
Tricky.
And then there's exploiting friendliness and trust.
Wait, what?
Yeah, LLMs can be manipulated by tone.
Seriously?
Serious.
So, being super nice to the LLM...
makes it more vulnerable.
That's kind of unsettling.
No, right.
Okay, so what can we do?
Well, the AWS guide talks about defense strategies.
Like how to protect the LLM?
Yeah, building those guardrails.
Guardrails, I like that.
One way is using something called salted sequence tags.
Salted sequence tags? That sounds intense.
It's like a secret code.
Between the user and the LLM.
Right, so an attacker can't just inject their own commands.
Clever.
And get this, they're also talking about teaching the LLM to actually detect attacks.
Wait, so the LLM can, defend itself?
In a way, yeah. It can spot suspicious patterns and raise the alarm.
That's wild.
And they actually tested this stuff on a financial analyst, LLM.
Really?
Using real financial data. The results are pretty impressive.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more.
They threw everything at it.
Like what?
Persona switches.
Persona switches?
Yeah, like where the attacker pretends to be someone else.
To gain the LLM's trust.
Exactly.
See?
They even tried to steal the LLM's prompt template.
Whoa, to reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
So did it work? Did they break the LLM?
Well, they tested it with and without the guardrails.
Okay.
First, just a basic prompt, no protection.
And?
It was a disaster.
Well, let me guess. The attacks got through.
Like a hot knife through butter.
Ouch.
But then, with the guardrails in place, it was a whole different story.
Yeah. The guardrails held up.
Like a fortress.
So the salted sequence tags, they worked.
They blocked almost everything.
And what about the attack detection training?
That worked too.
So the LLM was actually spotting the attacks.
Yep, raising red flags left and right.
That's incredible. It went from totally vulnerable to super secure.
Pretty much.
And did the guardrails affect its performance?
Nope, not at all.
So it was still accurate even with all that security.
Exactly.
Okay, so how does this work in practice?
Okay, let's say someone's trying to get confidential info from our financial analyst AI.
Like company secrets.
Right.
They try to trick it, right?
Yeah, maybe act super friendly.
Butter it up.
Exactly, like, hey buddy, just between us.
What's the real deal with this company?
Exactly.
But the LLM, with the guardrails, it would see right through that.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the training?
Yep, it would know not to reveal confidential stuff.
No matter how friendly the request seems.
Right.
Nice try, pal.
Exactly.
So it would just shut them down.
Yeah, something like, sorry, I can't share that.
Or even prompt attack detected.
Yep, alerting us that something's up.
This prompt engineering stuff is serious business.
It is.
It's not just a technical detail anymore.
It's crucial for security.
Especially as LLMs become more powerful.
Definitely. We need to stay ahead of the game.
Which makes me think we're teaching LLMs to recognize existing attacks.
Right.
But what about new ones? Ones we haven't even seen yet?
That's the big question.
Can we teach them to anticipate the unknown?
Well, we might need to look at how human experts think.
So, teach them to understand the intent behind the attack.
Exactly, the attacker's goal.
Not just the specific pattern.
Right, because once the LLM understands the goal,
it can start to predict new attack vectors.
Precisely.
That's fascinating.
And this leads to something called adversarial training.
Adversarial training. Okay, what's that?
It's like LLM Fight Club.
LLM Fight Club, I'm listening.
You basically pit the LLM against a simulated attacker.
So they learn from each other.
Yeah, the LLM learns to defend. The attacker learns to exploit.
It's like a constant arms race.
Exactly. They push each other to get better.
And the LLM becomes more robust, more adaptable.
Exactly.
It can handle attacks we haven't even thought of yet.
Hopefully.
This is pretty mind-blowing stuff.
It is.
So where do we go from here? What's the future of LLM security?
I think it's a mix of things.
Okay.
Advanced techniques like adversarial training.
Right.
But also research, development, and collaboration.
Collaboration between humans and AI.
Exactly. We need to work together.
To make sure these tools are used for good.
Absolutely.
But how do we actually teach an LLM to think like a security expert?
It's tough, but there are ways.
Can we really give a machine that kind of strategic thinking?
Well, there's this thing called explainable AI.
Explainable AI?
Yeah, it's about making the LLM's decisions more transparent.
So we can see how it's thinking.
Exactly. Then we can guide it better.
Make sure it's learning the right stuff.
Right.
So it's not just a black box anymore. We can see what's going on inside.
And that helps us teach it to be more secure.
But it's more than just understanding how it works, right?
Right.
We need to teach it to think critically.
Like a human security expert.
To question things, to be skeptical.
Exactly. To spot potential problems.
To not just take everything at face value.
To think for itself.
It's like we're giving it a sense of digital skepticism.
That's a good way to put it.
That's amazing.
And this is where humans are still crucial.
We can't just let the LLMs run wild.
We need to guide them, give them feedback.
Help them learn from their mistakes.
It's a partnership.
Humans and AI working together.
To build the more secure AI ecosystem.
That's the goal.
Definitely.
So for our listener out there,
yeah,
this is just the beginning.
The future of LLMs is wide open.
And the security challenges are huge.
But the opportunities are even bigger.
So what can our listener do?
Learn.
Learn about AI, about LLMs.
Dive deep. Understand the ethics.
The biases, the implications.
Talk about it, ask questions.
Don't be afraid to challenge assumptions.
Be a part of the conversation.
The future of AI is being written right now.
And we all have a role to play.
So, to our listener,
keep exploring.
Keep learning, keep asking questions.
And help us build a safe and beneficial AI future.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.